Yo, it's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Rob Gronkowski, a.k.a. Gronk, traded to my Bucs. A live reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy either on here or through patreon.com/NWSF. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. We're getting a couple days away from the NFL Draft 2020. Very exciting time since with this coronavirus, it's pretty much put everything on hold and standby with sports, with the NBA and the MLB, wrestling. But as far as the NFL and college football, there's still a little bit of excitement since we do have the NFL Draft approaching closer and closer and closer. So I'm going to go over kind of my reaction. As you guys know, there's not a lot of Bucs fans that are out there. I know there's going to be more and more that are going to be on the bandwagon, that are going to start hopping on the wagon. But I mean, I got Tom Brady. That was really exciting because even though, he's getting older and we don't really know what the Bucs are going to do on paper, Gronk has that chemistry with Tom Brady. So to be able to at least say, hey, I'm relevant now. You can all say, Brady's old and washed, and you can say Gronk is old and washed, but he did take some time away to heal his body. And, I'm not expecting necessarily playoffs. I'm not expecting, an NFC championship game. I'm not expecting a Super Bowl, but guess fucking what? Where is the Super Bowl being played this fucking year? Tampa Bay. It's not that crazy to think if they overachieve somehow, some way. The O-line is trash. Yes, right? They don't have a star running back. Agreed, right? The secondary is trash. But if they can find a way to kind of button up some of these holes, at least on offense, you know what I mean? Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, maybe O.J. Howard, maybe not. If they trade him away, Cameron Brate, if they get a running back like DeAndre Swift from Georgia, things are starting to look kind of nice. I mean, I don't care what any of the haters want to say. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all's teams have been great and have won 9, 10, 11, 12 games year in and year out. So at least for me, personally, as a true Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, there's not a lot of us out there, but it definitely gives me a little bit of hope, a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's exciting, you know what I mean? For a shitty team like my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Calvin Griffin with the first donation, $4.99. He said I was cool with Tampa until he started crowning them champs and they even won the division yet. Agreed. But of course, right now there's nothing going on with the Rona going on. So obviously, I still think the Saints are the team to beat. I'm realistic, but it's definitely going to spice up the league a little bit. I mean, even if you love Tampa Bay, you hate Tampa Bay. You love Orion, you hate Orion. You love the Northwest Sports Fanatics, you hate the Northwest Sports Fanatics. The bottom line, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in the news, and that's not something you normally hear on a year-in, year-out basis, so it's exciting. So before I get into the video and kind of go over my thoughts with everything with Gronk, I'm going to acknowledge everyone that's in the room. Calvin Griffin, the first one to comment, dropping the $4.99 donation. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to be able to do a live stream, hopefully with Marcus for the NFL Draft, at least round one, at least for, hopefully part of round one, if not all of round one. And then hopefully day two with rounds 2 and 3, because there's a lot of talent there as well. Fuck the ops in the building says sup. Javon Wright says, what the fuck? Damn right, man. The Panthers fans, they're going to be a little bitter. Falcons fans are going to be a little bitter. I don't think Saints fans, they got enough swag and confidence that they don't give a shit if I get Tom Brady, Gronk. If AB decides to come, even though I know that's not going to happen, they don't care. They got Drew Brees. You got the best wide receiver in the game. Michael Thomas can't guard Mike. But at least it's going to be exciting now. And yeah, Gronk's numbers, went down, in his last season that he played. Obviously, when they won the Super Bowl there towards the end, against the Rams, and he didn't really have the greatest year, but he did make one of the key plays for them to win the Super Bowl. And it's not like I'm expecting Gronk to get, 10, 12, 15 touchdowns with Tom Brady. But if anyone is going to be able to rekindle a little bit of that magic out of Gronk and out of Tom, it's going to be each other. And it's just kind of exciting to have them get away from Bill Belichick and then start something new. So you go from one of the most glorified franchises in the New England Patriots. There's some cheating involved. But as far as the championships and the AFC East, title reigns, and then you're going now to one of the worst teams as far as percentage-wise, win-wise in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's kind of fitting for me. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's a blessing for me, but, for all these years and all the sacrifice, even though I had the years with, Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and John Lynch and Rondé Barber and Mike Allstott, that seems like ages ago. I mean, literally I was half the age that I am now. I was like, 18, 19, 20 years old. I'm almost 40 years old now. Calvin Griffin with another $4.99. He said, who dat? He said, we at war for real now. Tampa getting rocked, Carolina getting dropped, and Atlanta still wondering what will happen in that Super Bowl. $4.99, another donation. The thing is, though, regardless of what Saints fans have to say like Calvin Griffin, all of them are going to be confident. All of them are going to have to say that. They don't want to have to say that Tampa Bay is in the mix because now we're ahead of Carolina. We're ahead of the Falcons. And I don't even need to win the NFC South. All I need to do is get in the dance. But if they can get in the dance somehow, some way, and then you have your conspiracy, theorists, since the Super Bowl is going to be in Tampa Bay, if they find their way into the NFC Championship game somehow, some way, there's going to be people saying, they're going for Tom Brady, they're going for Tom, you know what I mean? But I don't care what the reasoning is. If I can just be relevant again, best case scenario, they get to the NFC Championship game, and it would be just crazy, even if they got to the Super Bowl and lost. Who would have ever thought that Tampa could even get that far, for being so shitty of an organization. You bring in a few different pieces, but I'm real humble. You know what I mean? As much passion and energy that you get from the Northwest Sports Fanatics, I ain't no dummy. I ain't stupid. I ain't going to be crowning, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the NFC South champs. I'm still going to give that to the New Orleans Saints because, based on what they've done, their coaching, their history. But what I can say is I'm coming. I'm getting closer. And that's really all I wanted all these years since 2007, the last time I made the playoffs. I just wanted to be relevant. And now it's almost one of those things where it's like I never really was a huge fan of Tom Brady like a lot of y'all. I wasn't really a huge fan of Gronk, just them being on the Patriots. Most people that are on the Patriots or on the Cowboys, you're like, you know what I mean? They're like, you watch them and you might admire them from afar. But if they're winning championships like Gronk and Tom Brady were, you're like, I'm more of like a Peyton Manning guy. I was more of like a Joe Montana guy. Calvin Griffin with another $1.99 donation. Because I would give y'all a shot if Allstott came back. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying that we're going to sweep the Saints or the Panthers or the Falcons, but at least it's going to be more exciting. And if we can split, that's all I can ask for. And to be honest, if I could actually win in your place, that would mean a lot more than me winning at home. And I know that's not something that people go to the Dome and win. But as far as, the rivalry is concerned, we're going to have it for a couple years. But to be able to get a guy like Gronk, with O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate, we'll see out of those three tight ends, more than likely, we're not going to keep all three. But the offense is exciting. We still need offensive line help, which I think that they're going to pick in the first round. With their first pick, Tampa Bay will get the best offensive lineman available in the draft for them at that point to protect Brady. Hopefully DeAndre Swift from Georgia, running back, get a star running back. A 3-down back, a guy that can catch, a guy that can block, a guy that can do everything that Tampa Bay needs to be Tom Brady's best friend, a good solid running game. But the O-line has a lot of holes. We don't have the running back just yet. The secondary is booty. So, let's be realistic here. We're getting these names. A lot of these guys are older. I get it, right? But at least it brings a little bit of excitement across the league. People are talking about Tampa Bay now. And a lot of people are going to, hope that the Bucs fail. A lot of people are going to hope that Tom Brady falls on his face. A lot of people want Gronk to get injured or not be able to play throughout the whole season. But if you're a fan of me, you know what I mean? If you're a fan of hardcore fans, no matter what, how good or bad their team is, you're still rooting for them day in and day out. You know what I mean? You gotta give me a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you're not a fan of like the Cleveland Browns or the Cardinals or Tampa Bay or the Detroit Lions, you don't really fucking understand what it's like to have your season literally be over year in and year out by October. Literally, it's normally the season is October. It's over. Me and Marcus are typically talking about the Redskins and the Bucs in the draft in that October, beginning to mid-October, because at that point we're 1-5 or 2-4, and it's over. So at least at this point, I mean, those same results could happen with these great players that I've added, even though they're old, right? But it does definitely give them a better chance with this offense to maybe get to that 9-win range. If they get anything above to 9-10 wins, I would be shocked. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the league is so well-rounded. Anybody is going to be able to beat anyone. But with the coaching staff that I have, if they can shore up some of these holes, 10, 11, 12 games would be a dream come true. And I don't really know if it's going to be attainable. Who knows if Gronk and Brady can even make it a full season this year or next year. But I'll tell you what, I am a contender now in the NFC South. Saints are better. I'll give them that. And normally you won't see Bucs. You'll get irrational Bucs fans saying, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're winning it. We're taking the NFC South crown. That's fine, but that's not me. I'm realistic. You got to give credit where credit's due. I got the Saints on top, but it's going to be a lot closer than people think, and we'll see how the Bucs play. I mean, in these first, I would say 6 games of the regular season, we'll see how Tom really controls that offense. But the bottom line that makes really me the most excited about everything is that Tampa Bay is relevant, and then now Tampa Bay is going to be a destination. Regardless if I don't make the playoffs the next 2 years with Tom Brady or not, that's fine. But if I do get there and they make the playoffs both years, best case scenario, make it further into the playoffs than people ever anticipate, best case scenario, make an NFC Championship game, which I'm not expecting to happen one bit, or a Super Bowl one bit, right? But Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Bucs, now will be a destination for free agents, and people will want to go there even after Tom is done playing there and Rob Gronkowski, which is exciting. So let me go back and acknowledge everyone. Javon Wright in the building. He says, what the fuck? Well, you're a Panthers fan, so I get it. Michael Pierpont in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his Instagram for fantasy football. I'm representing you. I got your back 24/7. Raphael M. He says, that's crazy. Damn right it is. Javon Wright said, fuck this shit, bro. Well, hey, man, you guys were sitting there with the Saints for years and years and years, right? No more Luke Kuechly. No more Cam Newton. Time to start over. You'll see what you can do with Coach Rule. You still got Run CMC, but it is what it is. Taylor Gant says, boo. It's all good, man. I'm used to it. Oh, another donation. The donations are just coming in left and right. Money towards your next NFL jersey, brother. Love you, O. Preston John. Appreciate you very much, Preston. $350. And then Odin's Child, $20. I got my guy. Appreciate you, man. He said, I'm out, bro. Got to get back to work. Y'all be safe. Calvin Griffin with all the donations. $4.99, $4.99, $1.99, $1.99. Thank you, brother. You guys are the bucking best, man. The bucking best. Not fucking best. The bucking best. Let me go and make sure I acknowledge everyone else. Rob Navarro says, screw it, he says, screw it. He said, we're all Bucs fans now. I don't know about that. I don't know if everyone's going to be a Bucs fan, but I definitely think there's going to be a lot more New England fans hopping off that wagon, and they're going to be actually rooting for the bottom feeder Tampa Bay Bucs just to see what they can do. And it's exciting, and I'm going to tell you what, another team to really look out for besides my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I really think that the Arizona Cardinals, I'm not saying they're going to win the NFC West. I'm not saying they're going to be better than the 49ers. I'm not saying they're going to be better than the Seahawks or Rams, but I definitely think that they're going to surprise a lot of people this season and next season. And don't be surprised if in one of these next maybe 3 years with Kyler Murray and D-Hop, maybe they get a wild card. I know it sounds crazy. The defense needs a lot of improvement. O-line is booty, right? But they have some pieces there, and I could definitely see them overachieving like Tampa Bay in the next couple years. I'm really excited for their team as well. Javon Rice says, fuck Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. It's all good, baby. I'm ready. He said, the Bucs suck. Brady sucks. We'll see. You can say all you want about my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can say all you want. Gabe Torres, go Bucs, baby. Damn right, man. From Tampa. Damn right. And let me throw the gloves up here so for the real people, the real fans. Let's throw it up there, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. It's about time. It's about time that the Tampa Bay Bucs are relevant again. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's like all these things that keep happening to my team. It's just like, okay, I was blessed with Ken Griffey Jr. as a Mariner fan, Clyde Drexler and Dame as a Blazer fan. I've gone through my quarterbacks, Mariota and Herbert and Joey Harrington. Some panned out in the NFL. Some didn't for my Oregon Ducks. But to actually get Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, I mean, think about how crazy that sounds if you would have said that a couple years ago that, hey, down the road, Tom Brady and Gronk are both going to leave and they're going to both join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No one would fucking believe you. But, they still got to go out there and get it done. They still got to go out there and play. But at least for now, it is an exciting day for me, O-Dog, a.k.a. Orion, as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Let's see here. Go Bucs, baby, from Tampa. Gabe Torres says, in the building. Appreciate you, man. Tracy in the building. Should trade O.J. Howard to New England with the deal. Or should have traded O.J. Howard to New England with the deal. No, why? I want to be able to keep him. The thing is I don't really want to get rid of him. Run 2 tight end sets. I'm not sure if they have him in mind or Cameron Brate. More than likely Cameron Brate. But O.J. Howard still has game. Why would I want to get rid of a guy that went to Alabama? Alabama players typically don't choke. I mean, unless you're Trent Richardson. Name other guys on Alabama defense, offense that haven't really panned out in the NFL. Not quarterbacks. Right, not quarterbacks from Alabama, but just overall running backs, offensive linemen, wide receivers, defensive linemen, DNs, linebackers, secondary. Almost all of them have panned out except for Trent Richardson. So why the fuck would I want to get rid of O.J. Howard for peanuts? You know what I mean? If I'm going to get some compensation for him, fine. You know what I mean? But I'd rather keep him on the team to add with those double tight end sets. And Gronk is a little older, right? But his body is going to be refreshed, from not obviously playing football, and having some time off, taking those CBDs. So hopefully he'll be able to pass the drug testing with everything like that when he gets on there. But we'll have to wait and see. Nathan Dotson says, sup? Oh, Rizzle. What it do, my guy? Appreciate you. Green Bay Productions, any chance Gronk has lost it? Hard for me to see him be the old monster. The thing is I think that he's not going to be necessarily the monster tight end that he was in the past. As you saw in his last season, his body was getting banged up. His touchdowns were down, his yards were down. But the overall team for New England really wasn't going to him as much in the game plan, more to Edelman, more to the running back, Sony Michel, James White. But with this offense, as a check down guy, depending on what they do with Cameron Brate or O.J. Howard and having Gronk there in the lineup, I mean, Gronk only knows Tom Brady. And if you remember in 2018, they tried trading Gronk to the Lions, and that didn't go through because he didn't want to play with anyone but Brady. So I really think that they're going to bring the best out in each other. And I think, for Gronk's sake, is it that crazy to think that Gronk, if he plays a full slate, 16 or 17 games, that he could score somewhere between 5 and 10 touchdowns, for the full season? I don't think that's crazy to think at all. Scoring once every couple games, that's not too crazy. And he's still got that ability if they go to him in the red zone where he can maybe get 2 touchdowns in a game. And if his body is rested, I mean, he's going to have to get in physical shape. I know he's been putting on weight since he started to kind of join the WWE, but with this coronavirus and everything that's going on, I really think that you're going to see a different type of Gronk, a motivated Tom Brady to show that, hey, we can do this without Bill Belichick. And if they do, what is it really going to say about Gronk's legacy and Tom Brady's legacy? You can call, Belichick a cheater. You can call the Patriots cheaters. You know what I mean? But to be able to step away from the brainchild, the genius, Bill Belichick, and to be able to find some type of way to create a path of your own late in your career. A lot of people don't think that either of these guys can do it, but I'm confident in both of them to be able to be at least above average. I don't really see Tom throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. I think more touchdowns than interceptions. And I think Gronk can be a force. I don't think he's going to be the same. He's not, at this point, he's not a top 5 tight end in the league, period, right? He's probably somewhere in the top 20, right? But he has room, as if he has a good season, he could be in maybe the top 10 rank, 9, 10, 11, depending on how many touchdowns looks he gets. But we'll have to see how he looks conditioning-wise and the chemistry getting back on point and in sync with Tom Brady. But I'm definitely excited. Go black and gold. Congrats. Appreciate it, man. And you know what I mean? Saints fans and a lot of your fans of, all teams that, you've been winning all these games year in and year out. You can just be rational. You can be irrational. But, it's been really tough being a Buccaneer fan. You know what I mean? Besides recently, getting Tom Brady, getting Gronk, if we get DeAndre Swift and we start getting these players, it's going to be more and more exciting. But all I ever wanted as a hardcore Northwest sports fanatic is just to be a good team, to be respected, to be feared, to be in games when it's close. Not to have just a shitty football team year in and year out and to be out of the playoff hunt in October and November. So now with the players that I have, it's exciting to see what's going to happen. Hopefully we have an NFL season. The NFL draft is coming up in a couple days, and we're going to see and evaluate, teams after the draft. But it all comes down to college football and the NFL. If we're going to be playing without fans, it's definitely going to change the dynamic on how the players play. But I bottom line hope that we do kind of get over this Rona so we can go back to, getting back to normal. But if we have to watch NFL with no fans, and that's the only way we're going to get the NFL, I'll take it. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be awkward. It's going to be weird. They're not going to be able to feed off the energy off the fans, but it is what it is. And I am excited for these next couple years, obviously, with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and the chemistry that they can rekindle from New England. The Bucs just need a running back and a better secondary. AJ Silman 0-2. Agreed. And a better O-line. Let's be honest. The O-line is beat up. They don't really have good pieces on the O-line. So they have a few that are decent, but they're definitely going to be drafting an O-line, pick in the first round. I would be shocked if they don't pick an O-lineman in their draft pick unless they trade up or trade back, depending on what they do. But protecting Tom Brady and making sure that you get a solid piece in the first round for Tom is going to be not only necessary, but it must be something that's done if you want to be able to be in contention to compete, in the NFC South and the NFC in general. Day Foe, say, what up, my boy? What up, man? Say, y'all need a defense and an O-line, go black and gold. Damn right. I need a lot. You know what I mean? Let's be real. I need a lot. But, but at least I'm getting to a point where we're relevant again, and hopefully that we can put up some wins, steal a couple games from maybe some of the contenders, and hopefully when it's all said and done at the end of the season, get into the dance. I don't care what seed, you know what I mean? But 10 wins or more. I know with Tom Brady, the goal is Super Bowl or bust, and the Super Bowl is in Tampa Bay. So with Tom Brady's mentality there, that's the best. That's the best thing about Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski joining my Buccaneers, is that when you normally would go into the season without those type of players, it's like, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can make the playoffs, but fuck it if we don't. They start losing in the fourth quarter. Hey, what's for dinner? You know what I mean? They don't really take it seriously as a champion would, and they're going to instill that championship mentality, and that's something that they haven't had, since the Tony Dungy, John Gruden era. Mike Allstott, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Simeon Rice, holding each other accountable, Monty Kiffin at D coordinator, and making sure that, hey, we're trying to win games here. We're not coming out here just to get our ass kicked. We want to actually win games, get to the playoffs, and the ultimate goal is to go to the Super Bowl and win. And honestly, since 2007, they haven't really felt that way. I know they haven't, because that's why the season's been over for me every single year since 2007, pretty much in October. And that's big facts. Preston John, Billy Biggs for president. What it do, my guy? Appreciate you. Love you, brother. Javon Wright says, Panthers Super Bowl champs. Fuck out of here. Yeah. FOH. Panthers ain't going to no damn Super Bowl. Tampa Bay's got a way better chance of making the Super Bowl than the Panthers do. You're lucky if you even get into the playoffs. And that's just being honest. Especially with the Saints and Tampa Bay in that division. I mean, I'm not discrediting Coach Rule and Run CMC, but losing Luke Kuechly, I mean, unless you get Isaiah Simmons, I mean, you're going to have to get a lot of things to fall into play. A lot of players have to get hurt for Tampa Bay. A lot of players would have to get hurt for the Saints, and you'd have to be able to overachieve and steal some wins. So I'm not saying it's impossible for the Panthers to make the playoffs, but they got 0% chance to make the Super Bowl. If they do make the Super Bowl with Teddy Two Gloves, I would be shocked. Odin's Child, my boy, looking up for your team. It is so looking up. It's great, man. It's one of those things, I've been working, doing the warehouse job, doing the blue collar labor. It's been really hard. I've been wanting to record almost every day, sometimes, just with the girlfriend and, what they're doing, based off, Netflix or Hulu, or if they're in the bedroom in the studio and I don't have an opportunity to record, or if I'm just too physically tired and hurting, from work with my knees and my legs. I'm always thinking, and I'm always reading, and I'm always, thinking about you guys, the Fanatic family. You guys are the best fans on YouTube. And, with this whole Rona going on, It's one of those things that's like, damn it. It's just like, I really wish that I could record more and more and more. But as me having a full-time job and then doing this as well, it is a little challenging to be able to get time for both and to be able to get it in there. But I'm going to do my best to be able to put out as much content as possible. And then as the NFL draft is coming along, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to do some live streams with that with Marcus. If not, then I'll try to do it solo. It just depends on, obviously my situation here at home. Odin's Child, my boy. Calvin Griffin, $4.99. I was cool with Tampa until they started crowning them champs, and they even won the division yet. Well, who's crowning them champs? You got people on NFL Network, ESPN, but I think the real Tampa Bay fans, right? No one's crowning shit. You know what I mean? Tom Brady is old, right? He is. Rob Gronkowski isn't old, right? But his body was so battered and he lost the passion of the game that he stepped away and then went to WWE, did the CBD thing. So it's a little unproven. We don't really know what Rob Gronkowski we're going to get, right? But there's some potential there. He's not 40 years old also, 40 plus like Tom. He's still got a lot of years left if he chooses that he wants to play. As long as Tom wants to play, Gronk might want to stick around and, be his Batman to his Robin. We'll see. But I'll take it. You know what I mean? It's better than what I had before. Better than fucking Jameis Winston. And that's what you got to realize for me, too. Tom Brady's old. I get it. A lot of people don't like him. But I had Jameis Winston. Would you want fucking Jameis Winston as your quarterback for the last 4 or 5 years? Fuck no. You would not want Jameis Winston. He's got potential, with throwing the ball to certain receivers here and there. But turnovers, pick sixes, fumbles, picks in the fourth quarter, picks on the last drive, pick sixes to end the game, pick sixes to end the season. I was sick and tired of Jameis Winston's antics on and off the field. It's just nice, even if it's a temporary Band-Aid with Tom, but he's going to change the culture forever with Tampa Bay. It's like, when Joe Montana went to the Chiefs, it was only for that brief season. But with Tom, I think that legacy from going from New England to Tampa Bay, they definitely have an opportunity to do something special. I don't know if they're going to end up, going to an NFC championship game. I don't know if they're going to end up going to a Super Bowl. I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs. I really don't know. I'm not just saying that. I don't know. But it is exciting to say, hey, Tampa Bay, out of the top 6 or 8 teams in the NFC, most people that are fans of football, that know football, Tampa Bay is going to be in that mix, somewhere between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the NFC. We're there. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of we can stay healthy and add some pieces in the draft and keep buttoning up some of those holes on the O-line, which is trash. Don't have a starting running back just yet, and that secondary is booty, but we'll see what we can do with the pieces that we have. Young Nola, my boy. What to do? Browns 2020. Ain't going to be no Browns 2020. Ain't going to be no Browns 2020. I'll tell you that right now. AJ Simmons says the Bucs should draft Jonathan Taylor or Swift or J.K. Dobbins in the first round. Agreed. I would love Jonathan Taylor. I think that Swift, for me, DeAndre Swift from Georgia would be the number one man. Jonathan Taylor second, and Dobbins third. But I would rather have a 3-down back, a guy that I can really rely heavy on pounding the rock inside, outside. And I think Swift gives everything that Tampa Bay needs in a running back. But we'll see if he's there at that time. Hit this man with the money. Damn right. Preston John, my boy. Juan Gotti talking sports. Well, Super Bowl contenders. Here come the bandwagons, Orion, the only real fan I know. Damn right. You know what I mean? Always representing, always there. Goat James in the building. Lenny D, what up, Orion? What up, man? I'm sorry I'm going to get backtracked with all the comments. I just want to make sure I acknowledge everyone in every chat, and I do that every time I do a live stream to make sure that everyone is acknowledged because, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Raphael M., what record y'all expect from the Pats next season? Woo! See, I thought you were going to say, what do you think the Bucs record's going to be? It just depends on who the quarterback is. Is it going to be someone like Cam Newton? Are they going to roll with Stidham? Are they going to trade up for Justin Herbert? It all depends on who their quarterback is. So if they get Justin Herbert, I don't know if they'll be better than the Bills. The Bills are on the cusp, and they were on the cusp last year of ripping out the Pats' heart, but just Josh Allen just wasn't consistent enough just yet. Overthrowing balls, underthrowing balls, but he's got so much fucking potential. You got good O-line, good defense, good coaching. Yet the Bills should be able to run the AFC East for many years to come, But with the Pats and Belichick and Josh McDaniels, depending on who they get at quarterback, if they get a guy like Justin Herbert somehow, some way, they could still be in the mix as well. So I'm excited to see what they do. But I would be shocked if the Pats don't win at least 10 games. I don't think they're going to drop off to the face of the earth. But it also depends on who their QB is, and that's big facts. Roscoe Rockwell. Love the fact my Saints have been a team in its division that'll put up a great fight. Now Rankins and Cameron Jordan has a new toy to break, number 12. We'll see. I'm excited, though. You know what I mean? I've always given the Saints fans and the Saints, organization a bunch of props. And that's not normally something you see, out of a Buccaneer fan. But I'm not just a Buccaneer fan. I'm a fan of the NFL. And obviously, I'm not biased. Marcus isn't either. We call it how we see it. And so anyone can say what they want to. But it is going to be an exciting rivalry to see Breeze and Brady twice a year for 2 years. Believe that. Lenny D. Orion, who you got in GOAT, Jordan or LeBron? Oh, Jordan. Anyone that says that LeBron is better than Jordan, or I was, reading tweets and reading people that saying, oh, the defense was so bad, when Jordan played. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, the best players played in the 80s and 90s. They wouldn't even be able to keep up with this pussy basketball that they got now. Karl Malone, Chris Mullin, John Stockton, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Anyone that talks about Michael Jordan not being the GOAT, they are too young and they're millennials and they never got to see Michael Jordan play in person or on TV. If you're basing it off that, just YouTube highlights or just little snippets on, the documentary, get the fuck out of here. When I hear people say that kind of stuff, it's like you don't even realize what Michael Jordan meant to the game and how great Michael Jordan was in the clutch. Don't give me this shit that the defense was trash. The defense was a lot more physical back then than it was now, and there was a lot more top 50 players that ever played the game in the 80s and 90s than they are now. They would mop the floor with a lot of these players that are playing now, except for guys like LeBron, Kobe, some guys that are generational. But that shows you. You can definitely tell someone's age if they say that Jordan isn't the GOAT, and that's big facts. Let's see, Anthony McNeil. Didn't he retire? He did. Went to the WWE. The Pats own the rights. He said, guess what? I want to come back to football. I want to play with Tom Brady. Trade me. They accepted it. They got a 4th rounder. So Rob Gronkowski, right? And a 7th. And then I give them a 4th rounder in return. It is what it is. I'll take it. Especially if Gronk wasn't going to play in New England at all anyways. So I'm ready. I thought Gronk won a belt in WWE. He did. Who dat? So we at war for real now. Tampa getting rocked. Carolina getting dropped. And Atlanta still wondering what happened in that Super Bowl. Calvin Griffin, $4.99 donation. Appreciate you, my guy. Pierpont says, I'm ready for the season to start for fantasy. Me too, man. Gronk coming out of retirement. Congrats, bro. Hope your team does well. Thank you, Lone Star. And it doesn't matter if you're an Eagle fan, Cowboy fan, any team in the NFL. If you are just a real person and seeing how much struggles that Tampa Bay has had, I mean, let a guy win some fucking games for once, you know what I mean? And I know it's, guys that are not necessarily the most liked, and Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, but I didn't know that this was going to happen. I didn't know that these guys were going to come to Tampa Bay, but it's exciting that they give me the best shot to be relevant, since that John Gruden era. With Mike Allstott and Sapp and Brooks and Lynch and Rondé Barber and Simeon Rice, and that's all I've ever wanted. I just never thought it would be Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Believe that. Lone Star says, Gronk coming out of the retirement, bro. I know. I can't wait. Super Bowl contenders. Here come the bandwagoners. I know, man. I know. Young Nola, my boy. You're my boy. David Frank, I know you're happy, man. Well-deserved. Chiefs Kingdom. Appreciate that. I've always give respect, where respect is due and needs to be given. Chiefs have a great chance to go back-to-back. I love their roster. They haven't really gotten any weaker to me, and it's going to be the team to beat. And especially when we have Lamar Jackson going to be on the cover of Madden. Will the Madden curse from before Patrick Mahomes was on it, will that kick in and Lamar get injured? Or will the Ravens be able to overachieve, maybe knock off the Chiefs? I don't know, right? And make an AFC championship game or possibly a Super Bowl appearance. We'll see. Eventually, the Ravens will have their day, but I just don't know if it's going to be this year, next year, or the following year. But Chiefs Kingdom in the building, the best team in the NFL before and even today. Roscoe says, not only Super Bowl Gronk, the donk, will have as a WWE championship. We'll see. We'll see. So I would give y'all a shot if Allstott came back. $1.99, Calvin Griffin. Appreciate that. So I'm not going to hate. Tampa deserves a worthy team to get a shot. Thank you, man. Super Bowl contenders. Here come more bandwagons. Juan Gotti just keeps doing the same thing. Bandwagon, bandwagon, bandwagon. Y'all going to sweep the Falcons and Panthers. I hope so. I hope I can split with y'all. You know what I mean? If I end up losing to, both games of the Saints, then so be it. But if I can just win at least one and split, just to get some respect, you know what I mean? Hey, the Bucs are here. We might not be Super Bowl contenders. We might not be the best team in the NFL. But at least if we can hang with y'all and put up some points and be in it in the fourth quarter, that's all that, a fan can ask for, especially for a fan of a team that sucked since 2007. I mean, a lot of y'all, some of y'all might have not even been born since 2007. You know what I mean? There has been no playoffs for Tampa Bay since 2007. It's a long time, man. Long fucking time. Rodgers versus Brady, the trilogy, going to be amazing. Green Bay Productions, agreed. Bucs Nation, stand up. Amazement 717. In the building, baby. Haven't felt this bad after my Pats lost to the Dolphins with Miami Miracle or losing to the first round bye. But the thing is, it's going to be tough for Pats fans. But you got to understand, too, there's a lot of Pats bandwagon fans that hopped on after Brady won 2 or 3 Super Bowls. So it's easy to be able to root for a team, that's already dominated, already won Super Bowls, and then you just ended up carrying on. How many fans really were there where Drew Bledsoe was there? How many fans were Ty Law was there? You know what I mean? Back before the Tom Brady era. Not a lot. I mean, there's some, the OG, triple OGs, but a lot of y'all Pats fans, it was after Brady started winning some of those championships, and everyone loves a winner. I get it. Everyone loves the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, cooking up the competition. The Pats winning Super Bowls almost every other year. Everyone loves a winner. But the bottom line is, if you stick with your team, good or bad, once you set, this is my team, sometimes, you're not going to have a crazy career like the New England Patriots or the Warriors. Sometimes it ends up being one of those teams where, like the Buccaneers, where you have a couple good years, a lot of years of heartache, a lot of years of disappointment, but we'll see where it goes. And I wouldn't really count the Pats out either, to be honest, Raphael. I mean, there's still a chance you guys can make the playoffs. And if you get a guy like Justin Herbert on the team, that could be Tom Brady 2.0. You know what I mean? Josh McDaniels with him and with Belichick still there, and they still got pieces. You know what I mean? It's not like that the Bills are just going to run over everyone, in that division. I still think New England would have a shot to compete for the crown, depending on who they had at QB, but we'll see who it's going to be. Justin Herbert, Cam Newton, someone else. If they stick with Stidham, then maybe they're tanking for Trevor Lawrence for next year. So let's just pray that Trevor Lawrence doesn't go to the Pats. Well, maybe for you, Raphael, because you want to be able to have your next Tom Brady. But as far as everyone else in the league, we don't want to see that. Buccaneers to Taiwan Davis. Buck the world. I love it, man. What to do, my guy. Bucs Nation in the building. Let's go. Juan Gotti says O.J. Howard in a 4th for Trent Williams. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? We don't want no fucking Trent Williams. Get out of here with that. I'd rather keep O.J. Howard. Tampa. The Lonely Banter Sports. I'm here. I'm here, baby. I'm here. Is he officially out of retirement? Ryan Schrick, he is, and it is official. He passed the physical. He is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ryan Schrick. Rodgers, BS Brady. Everyone knows the best Tom Brady matchup will be Tom versus Breeze. Saucy, X4. Well, Rodgers Brady will be interesting too, though. Calvin Griffin, $1.99. I'm out, bro. Got to get back to work. Y'all be safe. Man, Calvin Griffin just dropping the donations left and right. Appreciate you, man. The Lonely Banter Sport says, yes, he signed. Ride or die, Bucs fans, stand the fuck up. Damn right. And the thing is, there's not a lot of us out there. You know what I mean? And it's really nice to, hear from people that live in Tampa, that live in Florida. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here in Oregon, representing, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And how rare is that? Because almost all the fans out here are Seahawk fans because they're right up north of, the state of Washington. You got Niner fans, Raider fans, Raiders, Charger fans. There's 0 Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans out here on the Northwest. You know what I mean? But like I said, the connection that I had with Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks, I never stepped away from that, even with all those bad years. And now we're reaping the benefits of being able to get guys like Tom Brady and Gronk. And we'll see who else we can get as the years, go along. And in this draft, I'm really excited. This is the first time I've really been excited, for the Tampa Bay organization, and just to be like, I can't wait to watch every single snap, every single game, and watch all the replays. Like, I'm always that way, but even now, where I'm actually going to be able to contend and maybe even have a chance, maybe, to win the NFC South this year or next year, possibly. Not necessarily that we're going to be able to beat the Saints. They got the crown. They're the champs, this year, next year, and, in the past years. I get it, but we're definitely going to be competing, and that's exciting. Well, he's got the 24/7 championship, Ryan Trick says. Hey, he can do both. He can do both. Cam Jordan got a new chew toy, Brady, and the Tampa bunch. We'll see. You won't be, but the thing is, Saints fans, you can talk all the shit that you want, but what happens if we sweep you this year? What's going to be the talk then? Oh, the refs cheated us? Is that what you're going to bring out? You know what I mean? Is that what you're going to say? It's just Tom Brady. That's some bullshit. The refs fucked us. Is that what's going to happen? Because I better not hear that shit. If Tom Brady and the Buccaneers end up sweeping the Saints, which I don't think is going to happen this year or next year, but if it does happen, don't ever say that bullshit that the refs cheated us. You know what I mean? We don't need to hear that. You know what I mean? You can talk all the shit that you want. You can be confident all you want. And there's definitely going to be plays that are going to go against you. And definitely you guys, get the raw end of the stick a lot of times in these last few years. But don't ever catch me hear you saying that when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat y'all. I'm telling you, you guys have beaten us around for years and years and years. Maybe it's our time to be able to get some dubs. Maybe it's our time to be able to get that NFC South crown. Just saying. Preston John, $350, money towards your next NFL jersey. Brother, love you, appreciate you. Preston John, one of my long time friends here in Oregon. My boy, big Colts fan. Big Colts fan. So I'm expecting big things from the Colts and Phillip Rivers as well. Wish you all the best of luck. Preston, my boy. So Rockwell, knock off the disrespect. Nathan Dawson, it's all right. I'm used to it with Saints fans. Some Saints fans, very respectful. Other Saints fans, it's all about the Saints. And I get it. You know what I mean? You're going to talk shit about Bucs, the Panthers, the Falcons. It's fine. You know what I mean? But if you're humble, right? You know what I mean? And it's not like I'm going after all the other teams in the division talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm a humble guy. You know what I mean? I call it how I see it. You know what I mean? Good, bad, the ugly. You know what I mean? And things will play itself out. So, if you want to talk all that shit, that's fine. But we'll see what happens when we suit up and we play head-to-head twice a year, this year, next year. Anything is possible. That's all I got to say. Absolutely, the Bucs have jumped. No Saint says, absolutely, the Bucs have jumped. The Saints, number one threat in the NFC South. We'll see. Saints on top. Respect. Hard to hate you even if you're a rival. See, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? How many people that after getting Tom Brady, after getting Gronk, having all these beautiful things happen, right? A lot of Buccaneers fans would be delusional. Since they've been so bad for so many years, it would be easy to be a shit talker. It would be easy, to be negative towards the other teams in the division. But that's not me, man. That's why we got almost 20,000 subscribers and almost 3 million views. We call it how we see it, and that's the truth. If I didn't really believe that the Saints are the team to beat, do you think I really would say that? I've never lied on the channel. I'm very honest. I'm very true. You know what I mean? If I truly say something, that's really what I believe. And I think the Saints are the team to beat in the NFC South. They are the champs. You know what I mean? And they have been for quite a while. And even if the Tampa Bay Bucs give it their all, they might still not be good enough to knock off the Saints in the division this year or next year, even with Tom Brady and Gronk. Just saying. But at least it's going to be exciting now where I'll have a shot. I'll have a shot to get in the ring and throw a couple jabs, a couple haymakers. Don't know if they're going to land, but at least I can get in there and I have a better shot than the Panthers and the Falcons. We can all agree to that, right? Saints fans, we can all agree to that. Falcons with those jerseys, you might as well just end the season for them today. Todd Gurley might as well go back to the Rams. Their season's fucking over, right? We can beat up on them together. Saints and Buccaneers. We can beat up on the Falcons together. But the Panthers are kind of the wild card. We'll see what they have. They're going to surprise a few people, but I don't really know how great they're going to be or how bad they're going to be. They could be 6-10. They could be 8-8, depending on if we get that extra game this season. If we have an NFL season, we'll have to wait and see. But again, Saints on top, respect. Hard to hate you even if you're a rival, and that's why people love us here on the Northwest Sports Fanatics. NFC South will be crazy. I can't wait. Lag bait. Damn right, man. I am so excited. And the funny thing is, even though I'm getting all these players, and even though I'm having all this media pub, which I'm not used to, this is the first time that Tampa Bay's really been in the media, since the Warren Sapp, Derek Brooke days, right? I still love the Saints. I love Can't Guard Mike. I love that you guys got Emmanuel Sanders. How many rival fans in a division would say something like that? You know what I mean? I follow the Saints very closely. I was hoping that the Saints were going to go to the NFC Championship game, and I had high hopes for them. You know what I mean? And you don't typically hear that, from someone that is just a normal, typical fan. But I'm not a normal, typical fan. I follow all the teams, right, with no bias. And that's rare. And that's why you guys like us here. Johan Cervantes, what's up? What's up, my guy? Bucs Saints, 2 primetime games this year. Oh, man, I can't wait. And that's another cool thing. The Buccaneers normally are never on primetime. And now with Tom Brady there, you're definitely going to get some, Monday night football games, Sunday night, Thursday night. I'm excited. Normally here in the Northwest, I would get like one game on primetime TV a year. So unless I got like Sunday ticket or went to the bar or went to my friend's place, there's not really watching a whole lot of the games. But now, with everything that's happened, I'm going to be able to get quite a few, so I'm really excited. Odin's Child, $20 donations. I got my guy. Appreciate you, man. One of the biggest fans of the channel, one of the biggest fans of your boy, Orion. One half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Appreciate you very much. Odin's Child, $20. Rob Gronkowski traded to my Bucs. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like many of y'all did already. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Calvin Griffin with another donation, $1.99. Saints still king of the South. Agreed. Even with Tom Brady, even with Gronk, even with all the love that Tampa Bay's getting, I still have the Saints winning the NFC South until proven otherwise. And that's big facts. Ho, ho, ho! Preston John in the building. Roscoe says, no disrespect here, amigo. Just messing with my boy. He knows I'm messing with him. Absolutely, man. And Saints fans always got that swagger. Some people think the Saints fans have that cockiness, and I don't think it's necessarily cockiness. It's that swag. You know what I mean? It's like, I expect to win. And you should. Sean Payton, Drew Brees, right? Why would you not have that confidence and that swagger that you're going to beat up everyone in the NFC South? Because you have beat everyone up in the NFC South for many, many years. What we need you to do is to be able to get over the hump, though, get to the NFC Championship game, and bring another Super Bowl home to Drew before he retires. Regardless of what I have with Tom Brady and Gronkowski, I really personally, and you never would hear any other Buck fan, Panther fan, or Falcon fan ever say something like this. I truly, truly, in the bottom of my heart, am rooting for Drew Brees to get one more before he goes out. I mean, I know some people, want Aaron Rodgers to get one more. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. I want Drew Brees to be able to get one more for his legacy. And the thing is, for being that shorter quarterback, he doesn't really get the respect that he deserves. But if he gets one more ring, one more than Russell Wilson, one more than Aaron Rodgers, you can kind of put him in that category with no doubt. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, John Elway, Drew Brees. You can throw him in the mix right there. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be any debate. But, as far as a smaller quarterback, I guess people just like to hate. They don't want to give him credit for all those 5,000-yard seasons, all the touchdowns. A lot of people are just Saints haters, I guess, whatever. But I am really, truly rooting for the Saints and, Drew Brees. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but at some point before Drew leaves the game, which may be this year or next year, just like in the same window that Tom Brady has, I'm really looking for Drew to be able to get it done. And you're never going to hear anyone say that, especially a rival team like me and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it shows you, how much respect I do have, not only for my team, but for all the teams and even rival teams in my division. When I see greatness, I recognize it. Drew Brees is great. Can't guard Mike Thomas, Michael Thomas is great. How can you ignore that? You can't. And that's big facts. Amazement, 717, $2.99. Thursdays just got interesting. Bucs Nation, stand up. Damn right, man. I'm excited. Sarah Small in the building, a big Colts supporter. Sup, Ryan? I'm happy that your Bucs got Gronk. Thank you, man. I don't even know what's going to happen with it, but it's another name, another piece of chemistry to add to Tom Brady. Very exciting. Michael Pierpont, thanks, man. Instagram a little slow right now. but I'll keep grinding. So Michael Pierpont has a fantasy football Instagram. So he's going to go over, picks, people that you should stay away from, and we play in leagues together. And I can tell you what, I know there was a point where he was doubting himself. He knows fantasy football. And I told him, I encouraged him, if you got a dream or if you got a vision, besides us doing, YouTube or other different social media outlets, if you got something that you feel that you're good at or great at and you want to be able to go with it, never doubt yourself, believe in yourself, support you no matter what, 100%. And you got it, my guy, and I'll support you. You know what I mean? So anytime if you want, I'm not sure if it'll let you throw the link on in the chat, but I'll be able to shout you out and I'll be able to get, the exact, wordage, based off your Instagram here. Let me actually just pull it up so that way I can give you a shout out because I love supporting my friends. I love supporting, different channels, that are out there. So his Instagram, make sure you guys go and follow it if you guys want fantasy football information. He just started it out, but I can vouch for it. He knows what he's talking about because we battle usually to the semifinals, the championship game, and he makes moves, I make moves. Sometimes we'll consult each other, but he knows what he's doing. So MTP, so M as in Michael, T as in Tom, P as in Peter, MTP Fantasy Sports on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow that. So he's just starting off, but it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'll keep following him, and I'll keep shouting him out, and it'll get bigger and bigger. And as we get closer to the season, he'll get more relevant, and he'll get more likes, and he'll get more responses back, and that's exciting for me. I'm always going to support someone that's a fan of our channel, and I'm going to give you the same support back. I know a lot of YouTubers may not be that way, that may not show that love back, but I'm definitely going to do that no matter what. MTP, M as in Michael, T as in Tom, P as in Peter, Fantasy Sports on Instagram. Follow it. Share it. If you want some fantasy football information, I'll be on there. I'll be commenting. So if you guys want to be able to find some secrets in fantasy football, me and Michael, we'll be able to go over it. Michael Pierpont, my boy. Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. I got you, man. I told you I would. Always. Lagbait says, never a Bucs fan. Who dat? Who dat? You dat. Go James says, what color jersey should I get? I don't know. Speaking of jerseys, did you guys see those new Chargers jerseys today? Woo! Talk about jerseys. I mean, they already had one of the best jerseys of all time. But those new, lightning bolts on the pants and just the color combos makes me jealous. I'll tell you that right now. Still need to work on that O-line, though, Lagbait says. Agreed. The Tampa Bay Patriots, Nathan Dotson says. Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Saints and Bucs will make the playoffs this year. There's a good shot. No, Saint, there's a good shot. Colts all day still. The Colts could make the playoffs as well. I'm excited. Jacob Little. There's a lot of talks about the Seahawks trading for 2 picks, the number 2 pick from the Redskins. Should they trade for Yannick? Well, I don't think they're going to let Yannick Ngakoue go. I mean, he's getting into a Twitter battle with, Mr. Khan and Mr. Khan's son, who own AEW, wrestling as well. And it's sad because all those players that they had when they went to the AFC Championship game against Tom Brady and lost with Blake Bortles are really no longer there. Yannick has got a lot of talent, but he's got a lot of drama behind him as well. If it was me, I would stay away. There's no real reason to go after a player like him at this point. But the Redskins are going to get Chase Young. And as we're going into the, there's going to be trades, and people are going to trade up and trade back. But I'll tell you what right now, as a guy that evaluates football probably more than anybody besides a scout or someone on NFL Network, Chase Young, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, is the best player in this NFL draft, hands down. Yeah, you got Joe Burrow, and you got Tua and Herbert, and you got, Isaiah Simmons, who I love a lot as well, and a lot of these O-linemen. But I'll tell you what, when it's all said and done, and when the year is over, and then the following year passes, and the following year, you're going to look back, and they're going to say the same thing that they did about Nick Bosa. They're going to say the same thing about your boy, Chase Young. He is by far the best player. I'm going to say it again. By far the best player in this NFL draft. So if the Washington Redskins and Marcus do not get Chase Young, he is going to be depressed because you're going to be passing up on a guy who's not only a Pro Bowl player year one, potentially, but he could be a guy that could be a Hall of Famer. And just, he's got that kind of talent. And I've seen enough of his tape that I know that he is going to succeed unless he has some significant, injuries to his knees, legs, arms. But if he stays injury-free, I mean, this guy could be the next Von Miller, Khalil Mack, the next Aaron Donald, big primetime name in the NFL on defense. It's him, Chase Young. I love him. Kind of jealous. I wish Tampa Bay Buccaneers had an opportunity for Chase Young. Colts for life, Sarah. Preston's like, oh my God, another Colts fan in the building. Damn right. 3 NFC South teams in the playoffs again. Possible, but I just don't see the Panthers there just yet, personally. Odin's Child says the running back that can show throwing the ball, getting the Madden cover. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. We'll see if he can stay healthy. We'll see. I'm excited to see the Bucs and the Saints face each other. Fuck the ops. Man, I am too. It's going to be so sweet to be able to see them out there. Can you imagine the hype, the crowd, the energy in the dome? Woo! I can't wait. I want O.J. Howard on my Colts or Trey Burton. Well, O.J. Howard's a lot better than Trey Burton, I'll tell you that right now. But I don't want to give O.J. Howard up for nothing. The Bucs offense is scary. Damn right it is. We have an opportunity to be top 5, but they could be all the way up to top 2, top 3, depending on what happens, because I have a sneaky feeling, Michael Pierpont will let you know, a Penn State wide receiver like Chris Godwin, there might be another Penn State wide receiver that the Buccaneers target, and if they get him, it might be game over. I mean, it might be just game fucking over with all the wide receivers and all the tight ends and the talent that the Tampa Bay Bucs are going to have. We still need DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor, but the offense is going to be really scary. Chris Ballard is the right GM to trade up, though, if he needs to. Preston John knows. And the thing is with Preston and me, I told him, when they had Andrew Luck and when you guys had your former regime, you guys were just fucking up, man, just picking the wrong players. But within the last couple years, getting guys like Quentin Nelson, the best offensive lineman to me in the NFL, getting steals like Darius Leonard. I know Malik Hooker is on the trade block. I was reading about that yesterday. I hope that's not true. I hope they hang on to him. But the Colts have a bright future. And it just sucks that they couldn't surround Andrew Luck with the talent at the appropriate time until his, love for the game went away. And then now they're moving forward. But I feel the next quarterback they get after Phillip Rivers, right? They might be able to get a nice franchise piece at some point where they can go from Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, and then that next piece. Now you got Phillip Rivers. You're getting really lucky with QBs. How many people are that, lucky to go through Peyton Manning, then Andrew Luck, and then Phillip Rivers? Yeah, Phillip Rivers is old, but he does have a good O-line around him, so he's not going to have to force the football as much as if he was on another team that had a shittier O-line like Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I really like that move, just for a short-term deal. I think it's going to be able to get them to the playoffs this season, as long as there isn't any, dramatic injuries for the Colts. I like them to bounce back this season and make a little bit of a run. Getting that pewter D. White, 45 soon, man. Make sure you send me a picture on Twitter or Instagram. For real. Can't sleep on the Panthers either. They got a lot smarter with Bridgewater. Yeah, that's true. But you don't have Luke Kuechly anymore. Who's on the defense? Who's going to be able to stop Drew Brees and Tom Brady and the pieces that we have on offense? Emmanuel Sanders, can't guard Mike, Alvin Kamara, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, O.J. Howard. Who's going to stop that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got Teddy B. You got Run CMC. But if you lock up DJ Moore and, and some of the other options that they have, realistically, how good are they going to be? I don't see the Panthers winning, 10, 11, 12 games. Just saying. Not hating, just being honest. Brady and Gronk are playing with chips on their shoulders and not just for a check. Both are still driven. Agreed. Something to prove. They can do it away from Bill Belichick. And it's just exciting, though, that they're going to be able to do it on a team that has had one of the worst winning percentage in the NFL. In NFL history, if you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning percentage, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Besides that little run that they had from 95 to 02, other than that, they have been horribly bad. So it's just almost fitting that it's well-deserved that, you get these studs to finally come over and to bring a little bit of life back to Tampa Bay. I love it. Tampa got a little bit desperate, bruh. Disagree. But who knows, Brady might have another year in him. Who would you rather have, though, honestly? Tom Brady, right? If you didn't have Drew Brees, you want Jameis Winston or Tom Brady? Tom Brady. So shut up. Shut up. Come on, man. You know it too, Roscoe. Come on, man. Tom Brady, as old as he is, or Jameis Winston? Hell no, you don't want no fucking Jameis Winston, right? So that's what you got to compare it to. Stop being a Tampa hater. Stop being a Tom Brady hater. Look at it from that perspective. Jameis Winston or anybody else. And then you'll come to the conclusion where I'm at. Jameis Winston, anybody else. Think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be the rival. You're going to have your opinion. You're going to hate. It's fine, right? You know what I mean? There is no desperation. There is no desperation. And you got to think, that winning mentality. Do you know what that's going to mean to that locker room when you have a guy that expects to win a Super Bowl, and if you don't, it's a failure? There is no other player that we could have brought in that would have been able to have that mystique and that mentality, regardless if he's 35, 40, 41, 42, 43. There is a mystique behind Tom Brady, whether you love him or you hate him. And he's going to change that locker room and change that perception, hold people accountable. That's worth, every dollar. That's worth all the money that they're going to pay him. You can't pay anyone else that dollar amount out of all the free agent quarterbacks that were available that are going to have that type of impact that Tom Brady's going to have in that locker room and those players. Facts. Your boy's smart. Okay? I do my due diligence. I do my research. You know what I mean? You got to look at it. Every organization is run differently. Not everyone is run as a championship squad. Not all of us can be Saints. Okay? Not all of us can represent the New Orleans Saints and be as great as they are year in and year out. You know what I mean? Not all of us can be in that, shoes that you're in and year out. Think of it that way. A lot of us are looking up to you. But sometimes it's about time for us to be able to make a move. 61. That's the number of sacks allowed by Tampa. You can blame some of that on the QB, but it's still garbage. Agreed. Right? But they'll be able to shore up, the O-line, problems that they had. No Jameis Winston there. Tom Brady gets rid of the football quick. You'll be able to get some nice O-linemen in the draft. We'll be all right. As a fan of the Saints, America's team, oh, Henry, I'm just excited for more NFC South primetime games. Oh, Henry, what it do, my guy? Hopefully you're having a great day. Appreciate you. Oh, Henry's my boy. Like bait. As a Saints fan, we want you to be good. We're tired of waiting. 3 damn playoff teams in 1 year, then nothing. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like the league is going to be better. I mean, wouldn't you want like the NFC South to be known as like a good division? You know what I mean? It's like regardless of how much love or hate that you have for the other teams in the division. It's one thing if we're talking about the Falcons. I mean, there's a lot of hate, and for the Falcons, in the NFC South from other teams that aren't the Falcons. I get it, right? But I mean, a lot of it, I think, is a little bit of jealousy. You can say whatever you want to say. It's just like normally the Saints are getting all the pub in the media, and now Tampa Bay's getting a little bit of love in the media, a little bit of pub, and it seems like, Saints fans aren't having it. Normally it's all about Alvin Kamara, a.k.a. 41, the alien, or Drew Brees, or Can't Guard Mike, or Cameron Jordan, or Rankins, or whoever it is. It's always about the Saints. This is the first time in years where they're not talking about the Saints every day. They're actually talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hopefully we can live up to all the talk that the people are giving us in the media, and we can at least compete with y'all. That's all I want. I just want to be able to compete. When's the schedule dropping? I heard it's going to be dropping no later than May 9th, but that may change with the coronavirus and the Rona, with everything that's going on. This is how the Chiefs fans felt when we were releasing Mahomes upon the AFC. Damn right. Bucs for Saints tickets are going to be expensive. Definitely prime time. Definitely going to be very, very expensive. That's big facts. I'm ready for the NFL draft. How about you, Ryan? Glad the Bucs are back. Appreciate it. I am excited for the NFL draft. Hopefully I can live stream, day 1 and day 2. If I could do day 1, day 2, and day 3, I would. But realistically, I'll probably try to do at least a little bit of day 1 and day 2. But it's one of my favorite days of the year. Not a lot of people love the NFL draft as much as me and Marcus. But like even on day 3, rounds 4 through 7, I watched the whole thing. I might be reading articles on my phone and looking up as the players are scrolling, underneath. But I absolutely love it because I know that there's going to be certain pieces, in rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 where you might get a sleeper player that could end up being a starter or make some significant impact on a roster. Day 1, round 1 is always fantastic because all those players if you've done your research. Round 2 and 3, there'll be some guys, even if you're an expert, that you may not necessarily know all the film on. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of players in college football. But still round 2 and 3 is very exciting. And then that third day, not as exciting, but for hardcore people like me, it still is. I love it. There's an extra playoff spot this year, so chances are good. I know. There definitely is. Now imagine Jonathan Taylor or J.K. Dobbins to the Bucs in the second round. My guess is only one running back will go in round 1. Swift this year, plenty of good backs will be on the board for day 2. I hope we get Swift. That's who I want. Swift or Taylor, but I think I'd want Swift if I had my choice of a running back. Honestly, would have figured Falcons would have gotten better than Tampa. How the fuck are the Falcons going to get better? You tell me how. With their coaching staff, they lost Kyle Shanahan. Tell me how that you would have really thought that the Falcons would have gotten better. They've gotten worse and worse and worse since Kyle Shanahan left. Come on, man. Do some research, Saints fans. Come on. You can't honestly tell me that you thought the Falcons would be better than Tampa Bay. Come on. Come on. The Falcons are going to be on the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? You know the Panthers and the Bucs will be competing, and they're going to be fighting. They might not be as good as the Saints, but they'll be fighting. But there is no hope for Falcons, period. I mean, look at the jerseys. They look like XFL jerseys. Just end the season for them already. It's over. Ova. O-V-A. Not Ovo like Drake. Ova. Season is over. Todd Gurley back to the Rams. Over. They've never recovered from 28-3. They've never recovered from Kyle Shanahan leaving, and they may never recover ever again. Period. That's facts. Who do you want the Bucs to draft in the first round? Offensive lineman. Just depends on who's going to be available there. Andrew Thomas, Georgia. There's going to be a lot of different guys that are going to be sitting, around that position. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. But we'll see. We'll see. Whoever the best offensive lineman available is, just to protect Tom. And in future, past Tom Brady, once he leaves, I need to be able to beef up my O-line. Because that's really, the main weaknesses that I've had. O-line has been trash. Haven't had a solid starting running back, a 3-down back, and the secondary is bad. So if we can fix those 3 problems, then that's going to give them more stability as an organization moving forward. And that's big facts. Tennessee is going to win the AFC South, in your opinion. Well, it's easy to say that based on what they did last year. But you don't know. You don't know. It's a new year. Zach Donato said, I'm a Pats fan. All right, here we go. Let me see. Let me go up here real quick. Yeah, I am like 20 minutes back. I'm trying to catch up, man. I got a lot of people, man. I am behind. But I got to make sure that I acknowledge everyone. You feel me? I just can't leave everyone behind. You know what I'm saying? That's why people love this channel. You know what I mean? It's not how many channels that that you could actually go through and you get your comment acknowledged, or someone will actually go back and go through everything like that. It's pretty rare. So, all right, let's see here. Super Bowl will be surprised for the Panthers. Wild card, though, perhaps, possibly. We'll see. All right, let's see. Thomas Latimer in the building. What it do? It wasn't all Jameis's fault. Come on, the Lily Banter Sports. Man, there's so many comments. I'm not even going to be able to catch up here. But I've already been on for about an hour and 7 minutes. The girlfriend's giving me a hard time, saying to get off the internet. So you know how that goes. So, but at least I was able to hop on, be able to let you guys know how excited I am with everything that's going down. Drew goddamn Breeze with a $2 donation. He said, Saints, Buccaneers are about to go to war. Damn right. And normally I'd be able to go back as I'm scrolling through the comments. There was another 20 minutes of comments that I could have went through there, and I apologize. It's one of the times that, I'm not able to go through with everyone in the comments. But let's just go through real quickly and say a much appreciated thank you. Calvin Griffin, $4.99. Calvin Griffin, $4.99. Calvin Griffin, $1.99. Calvin Griffin, $1.99. Preston John, $3.50. Odin's Child, $20. Calvin Griffin, $1.99. Amazement, $2.99. And plenty of other donations like Drew goddamn Breeze as well. Everyone's donating money to your boy. Appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Rob Gronkowski traded to my Bucs. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. So I'm going to have to, kind of end this stream a little short. I definitely could go for another hour or two, but Like I said, I got the NFL draft coming up here, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So hopefully I'll be able to get on there and do a little bit of live streaming for y'all so we can kind of vibe and talk football. I appreciate every single one of y'all that made a comment, good or bad, donated to your boy and the cause for the Northwest Sports Fanatic. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you, girls and guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best fans, the Fanatic family. I will be back as soon as I can, hopefully on NFL Draft, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Look for me on here. Maybe me and Marcus or just me by myself. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe from the Rona, and I will be back again shortly. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Rob Gronkowski traded to my Bucs. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Peace.